Hello everyone, this is Karthik. Now I'm going to present our text mining project. This project focuses on analyzing and extracting useful information from textual data using natural language processing techniques. In today's world, a huge amount of data is generated in form of text such as reviews, messages, and also social media posts. So analyzing this text data is very important, and that is where text mining comes into the picture. In our project, we have implemented three mini projects, namely sentiment analysis, spam detection, and text classification. So coming to overview, the main objective of our project is to convert unstructured data into meaningful sites. We have used different NLP techniques such as text pre-processing, feature extraction, and also machine learning models. The workflow of our project includes data collection, cleaning the text, converting it into numerical form, and also training the model, and finally predicting the output also. These techniques are widely used in real-world applications like customer feedback analysis, email filtering, and recommendation systems.
Yeah. Hi, this is Karthikeya, and coming to the dataset used in our project, we used a dataset that contains text and corresponding labels. The labels represent the category of the text such as positive, negative, neutral, or spam. Each row in the dataset contains an ID, the text, and the labels. For example, a sentence like "I love this product" is labeled as positive, while this is a very bad experience, is labeled as negative. This label data is used to train our machine learning models so that it can learn patterns and make predictions on new data. And before feeding the data into the model, we perform text processing. This step is very important because raw text contains noise and has punctuations, special characters, and unnecessary words. First, we convert all text into lowercase to maintain consistency. Then, we remove stop words such as is, the, and, which do not add much meaning to the text. We also remove punctuations and clean the text to make it suitable for analysis. This step improves the accuracy and efficiency of the model.
So coming to feature extraction, after pre-processing, the next step is feature extraction. Machine learning models cannot understand text directly, so we convert text into numerical format. For this, we use techniques like bag of words and TF-IDF. Bag of words counts the frequency of words in the text, while TF-IDF gives importance to words based on their frequency and uniqueness. This helps the model understand which words are more important in determining the output. While discussing about model training, once the text is converted into numerical form, we train a machine learning model. In our project, we used algorithms such as Navi-Bayes and logistic regression. These models learn from the training data and identifying patterns between the input text and the output labels. After training, the model is able to predict the category of new unseen text data. We also split the dataset into training and testing sets to evaluate the performance of the model.
Yeah. Coming to the first experiment, it is sentimental analysis. The first mini project in sentimental analysis. In this project, we clarify text into positive, negative, or neutral. This is useful in analysis, customer review, and feedback. For example, companies can understand whether customers are satisfied or not based on their reviews. Our model successfully predicts the sentiment of input and with good accuracy. And here, this is the code for first experiment. And we take a CSV file, this one, and the code, and we read the CSV file here. These are the data we are given. And coming to the terminal, we use the Python code. So Python 3 yeah. Here here this is the data we got, and the accuracy is 0. 0.5. And this is the classification reports that prediction, recall, F1 score, and supports. This is the graph for confusion matrix, and the x-axis represents the actual values, and the y-axis predicts the predicted values. And the second one, he will explain the project, I mean experiment 2.
Yes. Coming to experiment 2, the second project is spam detection. In this project, we classify message as spam or not spam. This is commonly used in email systems to filter unwanted messages. So we use a similar pre-processing and feature extraction techniques and trained a model to identify spam messages. The model can effectively distinguish between useful and unwanted messages also. So now I'll show how the project 2 going to be implemented. So the objective of the project is to classify messages as spam or not spam using NLP techniques. First, we import the required libraries. We use pandas for handling the dataset and sklearn for vectorization and machine learning. So next, we load the dataset which contains messages and their labels such as spam or ham. Spam represent unwanted messages and ham represents normal messages. So let's open CSV file now. So here the text data will convert text to lowercase, remove stop words, and clear unwanted characters. This helps in improving the performance of the model. So, as we discussed in project 1, this one is also like we do you input as Python 3 dot on the file name to run the module. And that's the output that we will be expecting to get. So this is the second experiment output.
And coming to the third one, the project is text classification. The third mini project is text classification. In this, we categorize text into different classes using the bag of word models. This technique is useful in applications like document classification and news categories. The model analyzes the text and assigns it to the most appropriate category. And this was the third Python code we used here for third experiment. And for this, we use the different CSV file. This was the different CSV file for third experiment. And now we are going to run the code in terminal. Yeah, here we got the accuracy is 1.0 and the confusion matrix classification reports are prediction recall, F1 score and supports. These are the third experiment. And rest of that he will conclude the coming to the conclusion. In conclusion, our project demonstrates how text mining and NLP techniques can be used to be analysis and classify text data. We implement sentiment analysis, spam detection, and text classification using pre-processing, TF, IDF, and machine learning models. These techniques have many real-world applications and can be further improved using deep learning models. That's. Thank you for watching.